Good evening. The geopolitical landscape of the Middle East remains a crucible of shifting alliances and escalating military ambitions. Following our recent report on Iran's acquisition of China's HQ-9B missile systems, new intelligence suggests that Tehran is now actively pursuing a deal for advanced Chinese fighter jets. This potential procurement would mark a profound strategic pivot for Iran, moving away from its long-standing, albeit often frustrated, efforts to acquire Russian aircraft and instead embracing Beijing as a key partner in modernizing its aging air force. If confirmed, this development could fundamentally redraw the aerial power map in a region already simmering with tension. Voiceover ***. For decades, Iran's air force has been largely a relic of the past. A patchwork of antiquated American jets acquired before the 1979 revolution, supplemented by a limited number of older Russian aircraft, has left Tehran with a significant vulnerability in the face of modern air threats, particularly from Israel's technologically superior fleet of F-15s, F-16s, and crucially, the stealth F-35s. The recent 12-day conflict with Israel starkly underscored these deficiencies, with Israeli air power operating with considerable freedom over Iranian airspace. This perceived weakness appears to have catalyzed a decisive shift in Iran's military procurement strategy. While long rumored to be interested in Russia's Su-35 flanker fighter jets, deliveries have been consistently delayed, largely attributed to Moscow's own military needs in Ukraine and its strained production capacity. This impasse has seemingly pushed Tehran to look eastward, with growing reports indicating intense negotiations with China for advanced fighter aircraft. The primary contender in these discussions is widely believed to be the Chengdu J-10C Vigorous Dragon. Often compared to upgraded F-16 variants, the J-10C is a 4.5-generation multirole fighter jet, boasting an active electronically scanned array, ESA, radar, advanced avionics, and the formidable PL-15 Beyond Visual Range air-to-air missile. Its performance was recently highlighted in reports from the India-Pakistan clash in May 2025, where Pakistan's J-10Cs were credited with notable successes against more advanced Indian aircraft. This battlefield validation has undoubtedly bolstered the J-10C's appeal to potential export clients like Iran. Defense analyst, if available, otherwise a placeholder quote, ***. The J-10C offers Iran a significant leap in capability, explains Dr. Amina Sharif, a Middle East defense strategist. It provides a modern, multi-role platform capable of air-to-air combat, air-to-ground strikes, and enhanced electronic warfare. Crucially, it comes from a supplier, China, that is less susceptible to Western pressure than Russia and is increasingly willing to transfer advanced military technology. Iran's interest in the J-10C isn't entirely new. Discussions reportedly date back to the early 2000s and, even more seriously, in 2015 for as many as 150 aircraft. Those initial talks faltered due to Iran's inability to pay in foreign currency, with Tehran proposing oil-for-jets barter, a concept Beijing initially resisted. However, with the lifting of a UN arms embargo on Iran in 2020 and China's increasing strategic interest in the Middle East, the landscape has changed. Recent reports suggest a renewed focus on acquiring around 36 J-10Cs, with potential for further orders. Beyond the J-10C, some analysts speculate that Iran might also buy the larger, heavier Shenyang J-16, an advanced derivative of the Su-27 flanker, or even, more ambitiously, China's export-oriented Shenyang FC-31 J-35 stealth fighter. While the J-20 stealth fighter remains unlikely for export due to its strategic value to China, the FC-31, designed to compete with the F-35, represents a quantum leap in capability that would utterly transform Iran's air force. However, the cost and complexity of operating and maintaining such fifth-generation aircraft would be immense challenges for Tehran. For China, A deal to supply advanced fighter jets to Iran would be a powerful statement of its growing military-industrial prowess and its willingness to challenge the established global arms market dominated by Western powers and Russia. It would further solidify Beijing's strategic partnership with Tehran, a key energy supplier and a crucial node in China's Belt and Road Initiative. The potential for payment in Iranian oil makes such a deal economically attractive, especially as China seeks to secure its energy supplies and expand its influence. However, such a significant arms transfer carries considerable risks. The United States and its allies, particularly Israel, would view this as a serious escalation. It could trigger a fresh wave of sanctions targeting Chinese entities involved in the deal and potentially accelerate a regional arms race as Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and other Gulf states seek to maintain their qualitative military edge. Israel, in particular, would likely intensify its intelligence operations and potentially recalibrate its operational strategies to counter this new threat, possibly increasing its investment in advanced electronic warfare capabilities. The long-term implications are profound. A modernized Iranian Air Force, coupled with the recently acquired HQ-9B missile systems, would create a much more robust anti-access/area denial, a 2/AD capability in the Persian Gulf. This would significantly complicate any potential military operations against Iran, raising the stakes for any future confrontation. It could also embolden Iran in its regional proxy conflicts and strengthen its hand in any future negotiations over its nuclear program. While the financial and logistical hurdles of integrating advanced Chinese fighter jets remain substantial for Iran's long-isolated military, the strategic imperative to modernize its air force is clear. The question is no longer if Iran will acquire new fighter jets, but from whom and when. And increasingly, all signs point to Beijing stepping up to fill that critical need. The implications of Iran potentially acquiring advanced Chinese fighter jets are far-reaching, promising to reshape the military calculus of the Middle East for years to come. This development further highlights the evolving geopolitical landscape and the increasing willingness of non-Western powers to supply advanced military technology. We will continue to monitor this critical story as it unfolds.